Hey, Dana,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
do you have a question you want to ask me?
Are we live?
We're live. Hi, everybody. So, I have a little piece of business that I want to bring to everybody's attention before we start. We have like so many topics to cover in our pre show chat. So, what I
Mm-hmm.
decided was to take one of them and just kind of turn it over to the room because we were talking before we went on the air about I was talking about Pulp Fiction and how you've never seen it. And I suggested that the reason you've never felt compelled to watch it is because you're not really into crime movies, which led to a discussion between us where you said that you don't think that crime, just that by
Just
itself,
that.
just that category, you don't think that crime is a genre. So there is a poll in the chat that everybody can participate in. It's just a yes or no question. Is crime a genre? And we'll see what we'll at the end of the show. We'll check the results and see what the people say.
Not true crime, not
Not yes,
whodunits,
just crime,
just
just
crime,
crime.
just crime.
One just as a general category. Is that a genre? Okay, so second thing, I believe you wanted to test me on something, or to
Oh,
ask me to categorize or to rank things that I like or
yeah,
don't
we were
like,
looking.
right?
We were, as is my political one, and in a non-political way, though. We were discussing hierarchy,
Yes, I suppose we were. Yes,
and
David. Yes.
it would. So that would include crime, but procedurals, I would argue, are a subset of mystery as a genre.
Not no. I disagree with that. I think there is a distinction between a procedural and a mystery.
So you wouldn't
Like,
put it like under the umbrella.
no, not
It would be a
necessarily. I
separate
do no.
genre.
I think some procedurals can be mysteries,
Yeah.
but I don't think a procedural is automatically a mystery. Like
And I think I
NYPD
think
Blue
I
is a
think
procedural, but it's not a mystery.
right, because some procedurals they
Thank
start
you,
they
Debbie.
reverse it, right? They reverse it. They
Oh
start
well,
out
yeah,
like
yeah, like Columbo
right,
or
exactly. I was thinking
Poker
exactly of
Face.
Columbo. It's not the
Yeah,
the focus isn't. It's more of a how done it than a who done it.
right.
But I would argue that figuring out how done it is also a mystery, which is why I categorize it as mystery. So
Okay. Okay.
anyway,
Anyway, so yes, so
yes,
you wanted me to rank things
ranking
hierarchically.
things that you don't like. What's like
Let's
which is worse than the others?
Okay, so let's hear it. Let's hear the
So
options. I
okay,
think I
so
have a
so we
general
have
idea, but yeah,
yeah, you know the
just
drill.
for the sake of the audience.
So Tolkien,
Tolkien,
and
absolutely
and we said
despise him.
and we said tabletop role playing games.
Tabletop role playing games.
Okay, so D&D, but not just D&D, of course.
Yeah, all
Other
that, all
titles,
everything,
other systems.
all the things that D&D spawned.
So here's well, that's a separate question. Let's just stay with one thing for right now.
Okay.
Okay, and I've done my thing. I've forgotten it. There was at least one more thing.
Was there a third one?
There was definitely a third thing.
Oh,
'cause those two are
Disneyland or Disney World. You
Disney
wanted
stuff,
to talk.
Disney stuff.
Yeah.
I think Disney stuff is not you've kind of moved past that. You've made your peace to some degree.
I've made my peace with Disney.
Yeah, not a big fan, but not the you haven't been desecrating dolls recently, have you?
No, not for months at least.
You know. So
No.
you haven't been brutalizing Ariel. I
No, not
remember
for
it
a
well.
while. Not for a while. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, there's a lot of Disney stuff, even a lot of Disney stuff that is considered like classics, especially from like the Disney Renaissance era that
Mm-hmm.
like I can admire in terms of like the craft and the technical accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Little Mermaid, the animation is just amazing.
Yeah.
Couldn't give two shits about the story. Like I do not care about any of those characters or anything that happens. I am in great admiration of the craftsmanship that went into it, but as a story, I am just not there for it at all. And that's the case for a lot of Disney stuff, especially like the more, the Little Mermaid on type stuff where it's like, yeah, this clearly, there's a lot of work that went into this and clearly very talented people created this. But in terms of a story, I don't give a fuck. Like
The Daniel,
all of these people could be tortured to death and I wouldn't care.
the Daniel, I'm guessing that Steve, are you familiar? How familiar are you with Lovecraft?
I have never actually read any Lovecraft. I'm familiar with the general kind of vibe, like but I've never actually read an H.P. Lovecraft story. And it's not like, something that as you with crime, it's not something that I have felt particularly drawn to, but I recognize the reference. And I kind of get when people describe something as Lovecraftian, like I get what they mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you could make it, Gareth.
Yep. Not that I dislike it per se, or that I can't stand it. I don't. It does not affect me the way I think that it's meant to. Like it does. It doesn't. The whole eldritch
like
horror
you?
thing.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. That's right, Stephen. I watched The Little Mermaid and I immediately went to the all-you-can-eat seafood buffet, fantasizing about it. Give me, the lobster. Got to have one of those. The crab, yeah. Give me the crab.
He watched it, and it made him hungry.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, these characters all look so delicious. Look at all the delicious little fishies swimming around. And I'm a vegetarian, and I had that reaction, and I was like, God, I want to eat all this
that's why
fish.
it was very fortunate that you went to see the movie on a Saturday.
That's true. I could just go, straight to my local seafood place, okay, so basically it's Tolkien and like role playing.
Yeah, games. The two main contenders are Tolkien and D&D and its offshoots.
That's actually kind of tough.
That's the idea.
I think they've both ruined culture. Like, entertainment culture, popular culture in pretty severe ways.
Yeah, racism and misogyny don't have anything to do with that. Nope.
I didn't say racism and misogyny haven't also ruined popular culture. Hang on, 255 video. I'll come right back to that. I think I would go with, I think D&D, etc. is worse.
Okay.
Because the Tolkien-inspired stuff, I can kind of just shove into a corner and not look at. It's like, okay. It's high fantasy. It's like, it's high fantasy. I don't care. Like, as soon as I watched like 2 seconds of a trailer for Game of Thrones, and I was like, I'm never watching that.
Okay.
Like, that's just not my thing. It's like the fucking knights and swords and magic and dragons and all the fucking high fantasy stuff. No, I'm not going to watch that. But all of the like the ways in which role-playing gaming has infected storytelling, so that like there's now a whole generation of writers working in Hollywood and TV and film that think that and also in comic books as well, who think that like putting together like a good D&D campaign is the same thing as writing a story. And it's not. I hate to tell you, nerds, but it's not at all. But so that's more insidious, right? Like that's not, I can't just look at it and go, oh, there's elves in it. Never mind. Like it pops up in other stuff, in terms of like plot structure. And well, I think a lot of the sort of meandering, nothing happening plot structure of a lot of streaming shows can be attributed to that, as can, and this really annoys me, the obsession from a lot of people with world building for its own sake, or the obsession with what's the lore, like all that horse shit, I think comes in maybe not entirely, but in large measure from gaming.
I mean, I would argue that, that comes from Star Trek.
But Star Trek didn't make everybody else do it. You know what I'm saying? Star Trek's not that influential. At least not in, Star Trek is influential in certain ways in terms of, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have one of those little flip communicators, like, and then somebody becomes an engineer and goes and makes something like that. But in terms of like storytelling, and also actual like on-screen Star Trek, I don't think is to blame. I think Star Trek fan culture is more to blame.
Yeah, exactly. Star Trek,
And
Star Trek led to Star
yeah,
Trek fan culture, which,
yeah. Oh, Kirok, that's the question. Is crime a genre? It's a disagreement
yeah.
between Dana and I. So
And
vote however you want.
I don't know if it's Lil Qua or Lil CWA or what, but yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Oh, I would agree. Video game culture has been destructive too. Pretty much any influence that, and this is not to talk shit about video games like as a format. Like I'm not someone who's like video games aren't art or video games can't be used to tell stories. Like just because I'm not a gamer, that doesn't mean I don't think that a video game can be a legitimate form of art or a legitimate vehicle for telling a story. But yeah, you can't and you should not be writing a movie the same way you would write a video game.
Right. Yeah. It's not only a different genre, it's a different medium. It's a different
format completely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
So yeah, I would say that's worse. I would say that's worse.
Okay. I don't think I agree with you. I think I think the navel gazing story is not going anywhere. I think has more to do with advances in technology that, I mean, we have more to watch. It's easier to get something produced. And so there's so much more stuff. And I mean, if you continue the ratio that 90% of everything is crap, there's just a lot more crap,
right.
You know? And so, and because more stuff is getting produced, the good stuff is harder and harder to find. So I think it's more about that, just that we're more easily able to produce audio visual media. I would say it's that.
I mean, I don't disagree that is a thing. You know, I don't disagree that that's a thing. Yeah, 255 AD, I don't give a fuck. I mean, and it's not just like I dislike high fantasy as a genre in general, but also like almost every time I have been exposed to Tolkien's writing, I found it to be absolute garbage. Overwritten, elevated, self-important, blah, 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 blah. Like basically how you feel about The Great Gatsby, Dana, that's how I feel about J.R.R. Tolkien. It's like, get over yourself, dude. Just get to the fucking point. I don't give a fuck about it. Why does everybody have 10 fucking names? I don't care. Leave this shit out. Like leave this. Most of this shit should have been left out.
I will say Frank did a much better job with that.
Frank.
Than
what, yeah, his characters only have one name each.
Well, no. Also, I mean, the book is like this big.
Yeah, exactly.
There's I'm guessing maybe they're. So it would really piss you off if we talked about the world building for Great Gatsby.
Well, no, because the world building in the Great Gatsby is how it should be done. Which
no. Like,
it's a consequence of the telling of the story.
What would happen if this character, met up with that character later on, and we started, expanding the world?
Well, yeah, that's just jacking off. I don't care about that. I'm not interested in that. That's just jacking off.
No, David, not Frank Herbert. Frank Fitzgerald. F.
Scott Fitzgerald. Yes. Frank Herbert, by the way, another author whose work I am never, ever going to read. And the only reason I saw the first Dune movie was because David Lynch directed it, and also because we reviewed it for late seating. Like, maybe if we're still doing late seating in 10 more years and Jason wants to do the new Dune movies, I guess I'll watch them then. But up until then, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, 255 earlier you asked, have I gotten any comments under my new video from today, my Starfleet jobs video, Starfleet public affairs officer. Have you gotten any comments about Starfleet wouldn't do that, or you don't get the ideals of the franchise if you think Starfleet would do this? No, I haven't. Happily.
Wait.
I haven't. Yeah.
Which jobs video was this one?
This is the one that just went up today, where it's the public affairs officer, and
Okay. Okay. Okay.
the big revelation of it is that he talks about there has been an article, an investigative journalism article published that reveals the existence of basically Starfleet has been running a secret prison for 20 years where they're still holding prisoners of war from a war that has been over for 20 years. And the public affairs officer is basically acting like a whistleblower and is confirming the accuracy of the story. And he tells everybody at the beginning, by the way, this is my last day on the job. So he's kind of like, he doesn't come out and just confirm everything,
Yep.
but it's clear that he wants the journalists to investigate this more and that he is not okay with this.
Yeah.
But the idea, what 255 AD is getting at is like, well, but if the kind of fan that would be like, but Starfleet wouldn't do that.
Hey, Section 31.
Yeah. Well, and not, I mean, and that's one of the problems I have with Section 31 is that they can use that to let Starfleet off the hook. They can say like, well, it was this rogue agency, like I think if you're going to write a story where Starfleet does something wrong, Starfleet should do something wrong. And you shouldn't build in little escape hatches where it can be like, well, it was only a few people, or it was this rogue agency that just goes off on its own. And
okay,
no, Starfleet,
yeah. Now I haven't
yeah.
watched anything about that Section 31, but I mean, Starfleet made Section 31, didn't they? It was basically like a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the backstory, I think, at least in Deep Space, now it gets a little murkier when the other shows deal with it because they kind of change the details a little bit. But as it's introduced in Deep Space Nine, it's very unclear how long it has existed. But the impression given is that it has existed as a kind of independent entity for a very long time. And it has been operating without direct oversight from Starfleet for a very long time, to the point that you also get the impression that most just rank and file Starfleet personnel don't even know that it exists.
Yeah. I mean, it smacks of plausible deniability. Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
absolutely a part of Starfleet, but we're just going, oh no, it's totally a rogue agency. It's just that's just the party line.
But the point is, it's like when you have that and you can kind of say, yeah, so maybe a few admirals know about it and are intentionally looking the other way because they want to have that available to do the bad things that they don't want to get their hands dirty with. Like, but that still lets the institution kind of off the hook. And I just think it's useless for political commentary if you're going to do that. If you want Starfleet to represent and the Federation to represent the United States or Western civilization, which I think it should, then when you write about its failings, they need to be actual failings of the thing and not just, a few bad apples sort of thing. So, but no, I have not gotten comments about that. Maybe I will at some point, but no, not yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I would think that the fact that people don't know about it, despite the fact that it's doing terrible, terrible things, is also a failure of the institution. So,
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, Section 31's existence is, you can say that's a failure of the institution as well, but it's not as, it doesn't necessarily indict like the entire institution.
Well, Kara, he did mention George R.R. Martin. No interest there.
No,
although I guess part of what I'm also curious about is like, I mean, you enjoyed like Buffy and Angel, and that's like modern fantasy. It's paranormal, but then you also mentioned not Dune, which is science fiction.
Not Dune.
Okay, so I'm also just sort of curious, sort of.
I get the. I mean, again, I haven't read Dune or watched any of the movies except for the David Lynch one, which was an extremely mixed bag for me.
Wow. And it's David Lynch, y'all.
Well, but that's the thing. The Lynchy parts are the interesting parts, and the Frank Herbert parts.
If I didn't know what you were talking about, that would be very problematic.
Part. All the Lynchy stuff. I really love the Lynchy stuff.
Oh,
what is he saying? What is he saying?
I want a clip of that so bad.
Yeah, go ahead. But No, it strikes me as another thing that is just so dense and up its own ass with its own lore. And that just puts me to sleep. I don't like it when Star Trek does that, and I love Star Trek. Whenever Star Trek disappears up its own ass with its lore and its canon, I just want to find whoever wrote it and just take a bat to them. Like, this is not what you are supposed to be doing. Kara, you mentioned David Gerald. I haven't read a lot of David Gerald's stuff. I know that he wrote The Trouble with Tribbles, so I give it up to him for that, because Trouble with Tribbles is a great episode of Star Trek. But other than that, I'm not really familiar with his writing. The clip is already on TikTok. Oh, 255 AD says, the only part of that video that bugged me a little is you said there's been a lot of wars. Most fans tend to assume the Lost Era was overwhelmingly peaceful. I don't care.
But also, I mean,
it was my video. It's whatever I say it is.
Exactly. How do they know?
Well, and also, not to get too, technical about this, but if you look, judging by the uniform that the character is wearing, it's sometime in the deep space, the latter Deep Space Nine era, or maybe a little beyond that, because he's wearing like the gray shoulder colored undershirt uniform. And he talks about a war. Yeah, yes.
That's sounding kind of lore-ish, detail-y to me.
No,
I'm just saying.
But and it doesn't matter to me, but just for the sake of the question.
Okay.
For the sake of the question.
Okay.
So 20 years before that, depending on where you date that, 20 years before that could just be a few years before the start of TNG, which maybe technically that would be still considered Lost Era, but it's not like, back in the middle between the last movie and the start of TNG, which is how most people usually reckon the version of the Lost Era that people usually talk about these days, because there's several quote unquote lost eras in the Star Trek timeline. But yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's a satirical Star Trek video. It's kind of poking fun at Star Trek, as well as, doing like trying to do a social commentary. I try not to like flagrantly violate anything that's been established on screen, but I'm perfectly willing and eager and happy to like make up my own shit and shove it in there. And if it happens to, yeah.
255, I liked your question. If the Federation is supposed to be a stand-in for the U.S., should it be idolized at all? Yes, it should, because it's a stand-in for the U.S. as it ought to be.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it can be idolized. I don't know if idolized is the right. I don't think it should be idolized. I was thinking
idealized. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any institution should be idolized.
Right. Not healthy.
No, even in fiction, I don't think it should be idolized. I mean, I think it can be looked at as definitely an improvement. I mean, if you look at how the Federation supposedly works in the shows and compare it to how our country really works, it's definitely an improvement, like a huge improvement, like
controlled
an improvement
by billionaires who are horrible. I do not have. We just fill the rest of the show with just me saying horrible over and over again. It still wouldn't be enough. People.
Steven, you know what I should have done? I should have just made up like a bullshit star date that makes absolutely no sense and put that in the front of it. Like, welcome everybody. This is the press briefing for Stardate Z7552.XY.75 and a half.
And a half. I like that one.
Just. Well, yeah, and Air One Fire. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like TNG and Deep Space Nine referenced a couple of wars that were supposedly big deals that happened completely off screen. There was the war with Cardassia. I think they mentioned that Captain Sisko served in the war against the Zen Kethi, which we hear absolutely. It's mentioned once or twice on Deep Space Nine. We see nothing. We don't even know when it's supposed to have happened. Like sometime before Captain Sisko came to Deep Space Nine, I guess. You know, so and it doesn't matter. It's just the thing they so yeah, the war with the Zaxorians in my video, that's one of those. It's one of those off-screen wars that happened, you know. Cara, I've never heard of those books, and I'm never going to read them. Also,
Yeah, Cara,
Sequence is
I'm gonna
Sequence is turning me off. Sequence is really turning me off.
Cara, I'm gonna guess Darkest Rising would be too close to high fantasy for him. I'm familiar with that one. Susan Cooper. We should add Parable of the Sower to our things that we need to do together. You need to read some Octavia Butler.
Okay.
You need to.
Okay. I was going to ask you
yes
about episode 5 of Starfleet Academy because you have watched that, but it's already 25 after.
Okay, well, I can answer really quickly. I did not like it.
Yeah, neither did I. I'm glad we agree. We don't always agree on Star Trek stuff, but we were absolutely in sync on that one.
I was just like, I was just waiting for it to be over. I did not care. Yeah. Now, do you know what it was like for me, Steve?
What are you going to say? Like watching The Lighthouse or some other masterpiece film that I shared with you that went completely over your head?
The experience was very much like it just, please, just how much longer is this going to go? Like, I know how long it's going to go. That's all I can wait that long.
That
just wait.
It needed Willem Dafoe to come in and deliver some fucking unhinged Seaman monologue.
And you know what was nice? I didn't have to wait as long. So in that sense, it was better than The Lighthouse.
When she opens up that fucking book and you know who appears, it should have been Willem Dafoe going, "You don't like me cooking?" And she could be like, "What? What is going on? You're fond of me lobster, ain't you?" And she could be just like, "What is going on?" And then he just launches into the whole thing. And also he's in black and white and everything else is in color. Anyway, 255 AD, yes. If it was a really good sitcom, that's all I would care about. I'm not, because like, I mean, I guess some Star Trek fans would be offended by like, if the premise of the show was Captain Picard wakes up in a bar and he realizes that all of Star Trek up to that point was a dream. That's the premise of that show. Like, I could still go back. Huh? What? We're talking about a hypothetical show.
Okay, yeah.
255 AD in the chat said, how would I feel about a Star Trek show where Picard wakes up in a bar, realizes all of Star Trek up to that point was a dream, then the show is just a sitcom about running a bar, but it's like a really good sitcom. If it was a really good sitcom, I'd be fine with that. Yeah. And I wouldn't be bothered by the premise of, oh my God, all of Star Trek was a dream, because guess what? All of Star Trek is a fucking made-up TV show. And I could still go back and watch my favorite episodes of like The Next Generation, and I wouldn't be thinking, oh man, it's too bad they ruined it by making it all Picard's dream, because they didn't. This show, within this show, this also made up fictional show, it's not a dream, it's real. And even if it was
a dream, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, it's just, that kind of thinking is so dumb. It's like, you can't retroactively ruin something that's good by making something else that's bad that references it or says something about it. Yes, Caitlin, it's been a longer than usual chat today. We were waiting for you. That's what it was. We were waiting for you. So,
yes,
we agree that episode 5 of Starfleet Academy was
a
shits.
dud. It was a dud.
But you have more or less enjoyed it up to that point, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're pretty much on the same page. We have to watch episode 6 sometime soon, because episode 6 is a good one. Okay. So we're going to watch Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
We're going to watch, it is season 6, episode 21.
The Reckoning.
The Reckoning. So Dana, would you like to tell everybody how our little operation works here?
Okay. So log into or pull up your DVD playlist or however you're getting to season 6, episode 21.
21, The Reckoning,
21.
as you said.
and then pause it at 0, like all the way back at 0. Back it up if you need to. Ooh, I have a hangnail. I think the cat scratched me. Anyway, and then listen in. Your thumb on the remote, or your finger on the trackpad or whatever, and then Steve's gonna count us in. He's gonna say 3, 2, 1, play. And when Steve says play, we all click play at the same time, and then we watch. And if something happens and you have to like restart your system or something, you can just look up here at that number, and that's where we're at. And if you get close and you're a second or two off, not a big deal. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. 2D5AD, yeah, I think that's silly because yesterday's Enterprise is what it is, and it's a great episode. Like the fact that they added like a plot development later on that maybe wasn't so great, that doesn't touch that episode for me. When I watch that episode, and it's a great episode. Anyway, okay, as Dana said, everybody paused at 0. I'll count us in 3, 2, 1, and when I say play, everybody hit play. Dana, are you ready? Okay.
I am so ready.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Woo-hoo. Well, that's rude.
That's what I said, Odo.
Just a bit.
Dour and suspicious and horny.
We are monks. That's what we do. He ought to blow it off.
Fuck you and your stupid religion.
Important to who?
Not
You
important to me.
guys.
They rarely bite. And if they do bite, you're dead within seconds. It won't even hurt.
There you go. Mm.
This is going to be the intake area for our ride. Eat shit? That's contradictory.
Well, they're not both verbs. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, things getting freaky.
A reckoning.
Pay attention. Ow. The Cisco is dead. Oh, he hit his head on those rocks when they threw him into the wall. 255 AD for our benefit. It's more dramatic. Exactly, Caitlin, to make a good teaser for the episode. Yeah, David, yes. Now Ben is dead, so now Jake is the Cisco. Good news, kid. Now you're the emissary. Take over.
Which she? Me, she? I am painting my nails. I meant to over the weekend and then I forgot. They're actually going to match my shirt. I hadn't really thought about that. Oh, cool.
Hi, hi. The Cisco will not waver. The Cisco is concussed. Put the Cisco on concussion protocol for a week.
No bright lights. Kara, you didn't have to be a prophet to get put through hell. I mean, Job had it pretty bad.
And all he did was complain.
Well, in fairness, so did everybody else.
That's true. How long was I out? About a month.
Every time they start talking about the prophets, I want Quark to show up and say, wait, the prophets were here?
What?
How much
Where?
did we make?
He touches it and it throws him into the wall again.
Mm. Feet. Ow. Wind chimes. I've got things to do. He's like, at least he keeps his mouth shut. He doesn't say something stupid like, could it get any worse? Answer, yes. Yes, it could.
Well, yeah, because it's going to get worse because she's actually going to be here. And how long will you be staying? Just a few minutes? I'm Cisco. I do what I want. But those scholars aren't the protagonist of this show. Exactly.
Why couldn't you have led with that?
Cisco's like, that's what I was thinking.
Dang. I've gotten used to it.
Now I'm leaning into it. Oh shit, have we been renewed for season 7 yet? This could be bad.
doesn't make a whole lot of sense though, because isn't it happy hour because everything is on sale?
Well, but he's trying to bring in the business.
That's true.
I mean, if ain't nobody buying drinks.
That's true. That's a good point.
Station Quake.
The station burped.
Or the wormhole burped.
Ow.
I love to watch you eat.
Satan.
Like the law. I have faith that you'll do the right thing, even though you have faith in stupid things. $55.80, that would be great.
I'm sure YouTube would be very happy about that.
He
We
could
exist hundreds of years in the future. We must be awesome.
He could debunk Bajoran creationists. Okay, Kai Ratchet, you're going to want to dial it back a little.
Well, you ain't the emissary.
Thanks, Joe Dax. Cisco is my favorite Star Trek daddy, too. What?
But your daddy. Isn't he right back there?
Oh, Riker?
Yeah.
I'm going with Cisco.
I wonder what this idiot wants. But you don't know.
Yeah, the Bajorans will eat fruit is kind of a weak prophecy.
I have a troubling feeling in my wormhole colon. Hi, Marjo.
Hi, Marjo.
I'm doing pretty good, actually. How about you, Steve?
I'm doing good.
I had an apple earlier today. Whoa, it's the longest day.
I hear that the next Kai is going to be from Chicago.
If she's a spiritual leader, why is she being so grabby about it? Gee willikers. And yet you got it anyway. You don't even value it.
Look, Kira, I'm honored that your dumb gods chose me as the figurehead of your dumb religion. Seriously.
You're just wrong. Well, no, I don't trust him a bit. It's interesting that she didn't just go with, yeah, I mean, you work together with people, you're going to have disagreements. What's the big deal? No, it's like, oh, no, I wouldn't have said that. Deal. Jeez. Oh.
The station shaking upset my tummy.
I'm scared.
Dad, it just really bothers me that our windows don't have any glass in them.
I said I wanted to be a warrior, not a worrier. Stupid prophets. You hadn't even been shot. Are you figuring this out now? Oof. He did deadlifts today, and my lower back and my hips are saying, that was a lot.
God, can't sleep with this lighted control panel right over my head. Why can't I turn that thing off?
So rude. Actually, I think the light to the side does more for it. Why do you have to be so difficult?
Oh, yeah, here he goes. Oh, shit, you should have done that. Oh, man.
Ooh, some of it's orange and some of it's blue.
Okay, this might be a bad thing that I've done here. This might be a bad thing.
Oopsie.
Okay, I'll say it was like this when I came in. It's easy. Easy fix. And look, it's graham crackers inside, everybody. I'm not reading any blue and orange, sir. I'm sorry. Okay, if that's what you want.
Okay, we think you're full of crap.
Do you think the source could be orange and blue clouds? Just asking. I want to smash it into even smaller pieces. Why can't you believe that? We don't like each other.
No, she doesn't.
Not really. I'm not even going to try.
It's like the devil made me do it. Instead, it's God made me do it.
And I may have to smash some other things. I'm going to resign and move back to Earth. Good luck with all of that. Can't you just tell me what it is? Why do you always have to leave me hanging? There is no Kira, only Zool.
Clearly, he didn't break enough things.
Yeah. Are you the gatekeeper? Boy, that guy is too old to be a security guard.
Dun, dun, dun.
Captain Kyle, not the sugar glass.
Ah!
We just baked it. No. The Bajaran Devil, you know.
Well, that's certainly nice.
Well, let's make that happen. That sounds good.
We'll do that.
Can I just say I love that eye color on you? Pass. Not listening.
La 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 la.
We're evacuating again? We evacuate like every 2 weeks.
You always have a choice. Also, you're the captain. We're not destroying it. We're just letting other people destroy it.
We're allowing it to be destroyed, Worf. Get it right. They needed to fight this battle here on standing sets.
Well, that would suck, wouldn't it? Oh. I think she's full of crap.
I am.
Of course, she might not. So we might all be screwed. No guarantee about a whole lot of stuff. So there's that.
Have them shot. We don't have time for this.
Larak Taroth. Larak Taroth. Ooh, he's enunciating.
They won't like the way I tell them. Klaatu Barada Nikto. Let's go. Move it. Come on.
Take them away.
No, get lost. Elon Musk is going to be here? You just fucked me out of a job. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Evil Jake in the house.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, not my son. No. Chump. Oh, yeah. Time for a low budget TV superhero fight.
Woo!
The Battle of Donnie Darko's. Oh, Jake's getting football head. She's 11ing. It's Caitlin. Ancient space lasers. I don't have time to explain this right now. Other way.
Dun, dun, dun. And
Sneaky Kai.
they're like fine with her going the other way.
Whatever, let her go. She's not our Pope.
Boop, boop. She's wearing the wrong colors. We have the candy cane popes. They only wear red and white. She's like a Werther's original pope. Although I will say I prefer Werther's originals to candy canes.
No. Just kidding, it's still me, the Paw Wraith. He's still visible, yes.
He asked, may I see him, not can I see him, Steve. Jeez.
A hospital? What is it? It's a bit bilgy with patients, but we don't have time for that right now.
But that's not important right now.
Also, I've been touched by the purest evil, and it was kind of awesome. It's a little boring once you've been possessed by an actual prophet.
You know?
Well, you're the second lead. I'm going to accidentally shove her out the airlock before it's docked. Yeah.
Duh.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm the space pope. Whatever. I'm going back to the Space Vatican. Bum, bum, bum. 255 AD said, I want to put chronotons on the menu of a Chinese restaurant just to see if anyone notices. Will the chronotons be made fresh every day?
Will it be an authentic chronotron recipe?
Exactly. I mean, if they make the chronotons fresh,
I have
then
so
I
many
think,
questions.
yeah.
All right, if we go, I can do some not Wordle. Let's go.
Okay, well, just real quick, what'd you think of the episode?
That's all right.
Yeah.
I liked the idea that I liked the idea that Cisco decides that he trusts the prophets, but it was interesting that he seemed so upset about it. Like it was interesting because I wasn't sure whether I was supposed to believe him or not, because he didn't seem. He's like, I know they're not going to let my son die. I'm like,
well, I mean,
really?
he didn't, he didn't do what Kai Wynn ultimately did and jack up the chronoton particles to force the prophets away. I mean, he was willing to let it play out.
Yeah. I guess I can see that. I wasn't entirely sure if it was that or if he just didn't want to leave Jake.
That might have been it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, a lot to think about there.
Yeah. I mean, it's an okay episode. I feel like this is the point in the show where the Bajaran religious stuff starts to get less interesting to me, because it goes from kind of like mysterious to just like literal battle between good versus evil, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
and like, you know, zapping each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. Yeah, the two thing, like fucking Harry Potter versus Voldemort. You know, it's like we've been building up to this showdown for like 8 movies,
Well, I mean,
and here they go,
like,
and they're just shooting beams out of their wands at each other. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's like phasers, except it's a steady beam.
Well, and people don't shoot that when people shoot each other with phasers, they don't, like, the phaser beams don't meet in the middle and just like stay there, and then it's like a tug of war, you know. It's just that yeah, I don't like that.
It's not a tug of war because it's pushing instead of pulling. See,
well, you know, okay, a shove of war. Okay, so you want to play some Not Wordle?
Yes, let's.
All right. So this is basically, as I always say, it's Wordle with the serial numbers filed off. Everybody can see the Wordmaster board now, except for Dana. Dana does not actually see the Wordle or the Wordmaster board, but Dana is going to lead us through this little exercise and decide what we guess. And we'll all play as a group. So if you're with us live in the chat and you want to throw in your guesses or your suggestions, please feel free.
Let's go for it.
We will hopefully solve this, as we usually do, successfully together. So, Dana, shall we begin?
Yes. Let's begin with heart.
Heart. You got to have heart.
H-E-A-R-T.
Okay, we have an H and an E, but both in the wrong place. And that's it. No A, no R, and no T.
Well, let's try lions and see what that gives us.
Lions.
I'm wondering if we have an SH at the end then.
Well, possibly, because lions gives us an N and an S, but both in the wrong place.
All right. So
we have 4 of the 5 letters, but we don't know where any of them go yet. And again, no L, no I, and no O.
Okay, so it could be like, is there a word that ends in E-N-S-H? But it could be also N, let's see, we don't have an A or an I or an O.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think a U works in there. I can't make that work. And it could be SH.
For the first letters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could, sure. It could be S-H-E something N. Is that anything?
Yeah.
No, it can't be seen, Cara, because there has to be an H.
Yeah, and it can't be shine because there's no I.
It could be. Could it be sheen? Snakebit Cat says sheen. I think it could be. There could be an extra E.
Yeah, there could be a double E. I say let's go for that. It moves everything around, I think.
You want to try sheen?
Yes,
David,
let's go for that. I think that's a good guess.
Sheen. S-H-E-E-N. Hey, that's it.
Yay, team us.
Good job.
Woo-hoo! Go us. High five, everybody.
Good job to Snakebit Cat, who threw it in there, and David and Captain Kyle and Air One Fire all fill up. Lots of support for Sheen.
Either because of lions. No O, no I. So
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yay, us. We're awesome. We're so awesome.
It couldn't have been Shane either, unfortunately. Shane! Come back, Shane! Have you ever seen that?
Shane. Huh?
Have you ever seen that? Shane?
No, but isn't it also a book?
Yeah, but I've never read the book. I've seen the movie.
Oh.
The classic Western.
I've never seen the movie, but I have seen the book. I've never read the book.
I may have seen the book as well. I may have seen it sitting on a shelf somewhere, but I never read it.
All right.
So that's it.
So what are we doing next week, Steve? We have another DS9. What is it?
We do. And next week, our DS9 episode is
Dun, dun, dun.
Valiant. Valiant. You were dunning over me when I said
no. I was thinking about. I heard you. I was just sort of thinking about. So, does it have anything to do with the comic strip?
Prince Valiant. That would be pretty great if it was just Prince Valiant visits Deep Space Nine and there's no explanation.
None whatsoever.
There. It's just a royal visit and everybody's excited.
Yay!
And it lasts an hour and then it's over. Yeah. No, It's different.
Time to go home.
It's different from that. But if I recall, it's a good episode.
Well, I hope so, because you're the one who picked it. And the whole idea here is it's the good ones.
So I just want to say we're getting ready to wrap up. If anybody has not yet voted,
go into Page Boy.
If anybody has not yet voted in our poll, is crime a genre? Please take the next minute or so to do that, because I'm going to end the poll before we wrap up the show, obviously. So
okay, we're starting to wrap up now. So
is crime a genre? If you haven't voted, vote in the poll.
Got like yes 2 or no. minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, look down in the description for some of the organizations that we support and we think you should consider supporting as well as charitylinks.page, which has Ko-Fis, GoFundMes, etc. for friends of ours and associates of ours who could use some financial help, because helping people is good. And speaking of helping people, do you know who else you can help? This guy.
Other side.
Oh, you're on. See, I'm on this side. On my Zoom, I'm on this side. So I guess so I'm over here.
Yes.
Okay. Because you're the host. Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, that guy, if you are not already a patron or a channel member, there's a little button down there someplace that you can click to join the channel, or you can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to join as a patron. And if you do that, then next week on Monday, you will get an email and it'll have a link to a form that you can fill out, and you can help write Steve's Friday live stream next week. Ask away.
Yes, that
is
send
in a question up to 500 characters.
Yep.
And there you go. And if you don't feel like doing that, well, come on Friday. Obviously, come back and let's watch Valiant together next week on Wednesday, and then Friday, come back at 6 p.m. and see how it goes down, and Steve will answer questions from the patrons and members, the pre-submitted questions first, and then he'll hang out with us in the chat. It's cool. It's good.
Yep.
You should do that.
Philip, I would say gangster movies are crime movies. Yes. I would say if you consider crime to be a genre, then gangster movies would have to be a part of that genre. Yes.
Like a subgenre.
I would say gangster movies. Gangster movies are a subgenre of crime movies. Yes. Okay. So last call for the poll. 5, 4, 3. Okay, I'm calling it. It's over.
And
81% yes.
Oh man.
Crime is a genre. The people have spoken. Caitlin has an interesting comment. I view crime as a genre modifier rather than its own genre, which is kind of how you think of it. Right,
yes.
Dana?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Caitlin.
I consider it as like a general category, and then there are more specific genres within it, but I also consider crime just more broadly to be a genre, yes. And the people agree with me, Dana. It's all still a matter of opinion. There is no objective right or wrong. It's just a matter of opinion. But I just would like to point out that the people, the vast majority, 8 out of 10, 81%, agree with my opinion.
Yeah, I know. People are wrong about a lot of things, Steve.
8 out of 10.
Are wrong about a lot of things.
8 out of 10. 4 out of 5. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, you know it is. It is. I am severely disappointed. It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. It's just about
David C. Drake, do you consider crime a lifestyle choice? Yeah, as long as you can get away with it. It clearly is a lifestyle choice for some people. Including some very powerful people in our society.
Disappointed.
And Cara, I don't think I've ever read Lord of the Flies, so I don't really have any opinion about it, one way or the other. It doesn't strike me as being something I would automatically hate. I mean, just, it's a bunch of kids on an island, right? Yeah, I'm okay with kids being trapped on an island. I got no objection to that.
Yeah, Caitlin, I
And
didn't
then
see him either. I don't know.
I didn't see them, Caitlin.
The,
No.
the last post I saw from you before these two saying that your messages aren't showing up was about the genre modifier. That's the last one I see.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we call the festivities to a close?
Call it a night and go brush our teeth and go to bed.
Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us as always. We will be back next week for another Deep Space Nine episode. Valiant. So until then, have a good night, have a good rest of your week, and take care, everybody.
Also, if you have a primary near you, don't forget to vote.
Oh, that's true. Yes, if early voting is
available where you are,
is currently happening in your state. Yep.
Vote
All
for
right.
progress. Bye,
Yes,
everybody.
please. Bye, everybody.